I'm here with Valinda and Carl Moore at their beautiful ranch here in Fort Worth. And Carl, I had no idea you had such a lovely place out here, but let me back up to when you got involved with Texas Thoroughbred racing when Lone Star Park opened. How did that come about?
Yeah, like in the late 90s, Lone Star opened and I wanted to run some horses here in my back door. When I was younger, before we had kids, if you will, I had some horses at that time, and I worked out at Rio Delta Downs in 72.
As a teenager, you were a groom, right?
I was a groom, and I ponied horses at the gates, and that's where I learned about legs and how to take care of them. It was a great opportunity in 72 out at Rio Delta Downs.
And Carl has become one of the most prominent owners, not only in Texas, but nationally, because you owned Chamberlain Bridge, who won, of course, the 2010 Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint after you claimed him in 2008 for $35,000.
That was a pretty joyful day winning the Breeders' Cup. It was unbelievable. That was my emotions, believe me. I looked up in the paddock, walking in the paddock, and said, Lord, why me? Why am I having this opportunity to walk in and enjoy this great experience, you know?
Now, I've seen Chamberlain Bridge, and frankly, I would not have put a claim in on him for $35,000 because he's a little bitty fella, but boy, he can run anyway. What inspired you to drop that claim for him?
Well, I went back and looked at some of his races, and he was by war chant. Thought he loved the turf, and that day he was in a claiming race. He was on the turf. He had been running on some dirt mostly, and I just thought he would excel that day, and I thought it was worth the risk, and I won a 4-way shake that day, so it was a good day.
Now, I know you have about, 20 horses in training, something like that?
Roughly right now on the day, I think 17 or 18 on the track, and they got another 5 up with Eddie Milligan being broke up at...
a lot of 2-year-olds, and I know you bring them here to the ranch where you and Valinda prepare them for the races, and I hear, Carl, don't take offense, that she's a better horseman than you are.
There's no doubt. No doubt. She rides them all the time, not my horse, but her barrel horse that she does all the time. And as far as knowing how to take care of them, you can't beat her. She knows more than I do.
Now, of course, Chamberlain Bridge is your big success. You claimed him for $35,000. He ran out $1.9 million. He's one of the greatest claims of recent years, right up there with Stymie, the Texas bred who was claimed for $1,500, ended up in the Hall of Fame. Chamberlain Bridge is hard to beat, but you keep trying and having success horse after horse.
Well, it takes quite a few numbers to finally find that special one, you know. One of the other ones, I'm very fortunate, I bought Finley's Lucky Charm. Bought her at a Keeneland yearling sale.
For $77,000.
That's correct.
And she made, let me interrupt here, she won 7 stakes, won 11 races, ran out nearly $1 million, and then you sold her as a broodmare for $1.5 million.
Yes. And she was the only horse I've got that's won a Grade 1 race. She won the Grade 1 Madison at Keeneland, and like when Chamberlain Bridge won the Turf Sprint Breeders' Cup, that was like a Grade 3 race at that time because it was fairly new to Breeders' Cup. So that wasn't even a Grade 1. But no, she won a Grade 1 Madison at Keeneland, and she was cool. She spent a lot of time here. We'd run her, bring her back here, lay her off, get her back ready. Brett did a great job with her. Brett Calhoun, he did a great job with her.
Now, I've heard you say that you've just been lucky. But you and I both know if you're successful over and over and over again, there's a little more at work here than just luck. You do a great job picking out these horses as young horses and as horses to claim, and then giving them time here at your ranch to get healthy and to develop bone density and to rehab if necessary.
No, for sure. I believe a horse, after you run them hard for a while, if you will, it's great to kick them back out, put them out in the pasture, let them be a horse, freshen them back up, get them back ready for the races after that. But I think that downtime is so important to them. And it requires patience, which I'm not known to have patience. But I try. The trainers kind of put me, said, look, need some time off, do it. And we do it.
Valinda, I know you're very active at the ranch here, doing a lot of work. I've already seen you working this morning. And you're a barrel racer. Your barrel horses are here. Tell me about the facility here.
Well, Carl and I didn't have horses or property until our children were pretty much out on their own, and I wanted to get back into it. I grew up riding, and Carl did too. And so we began looking for property, and we found, we were looking for a small piece, 10 acres, you know, And we found this 33 acres out here, the original part of the property, that we thought, well, okay, we'll go that big, you know. And so we just began. There was nothing out here. This property looks nothing like it did before. There were drainage, ravines, and it was a mess. But we came in, and Carl has a great ability to see a piece of property and develop it into something, you know, really nice. And so a lot of it has been him. Built the barn and pastures first. At first, we just had a couple of my horses out here, and then it began to grow and has blossomed into the full barn that we have now of his horses, and some retired and a couple of mine. But it's a beautiful property, and it's just kind of a little gem set out here, and you don't know about it because it's kind of tucked away off the main roads.
You and Carl working here at the ranch, it's a real family affair here.
Yes. I'm actually allergic to horses and hay, but yeah, I tolerate it. When I worked out at Riados, I had to wear a mask most of the time because I have allergies and really hay fever, and the hay and the horses I'm allergic to, but it's a passion that I grew a long time ago through my granddad and my parents, and it's the thrill of your life. I mean, I got horses tonight. I got 4 horses running tonight, 3 at Lone Star, 1 at Churchill Downs, and it's not racing at Churchill, so they're all going to be running tonight. And I'm telling you, you know, ever since you enter and you see that, the excitement and just waiting on them to run, it keeps me going. I mean, I can't wait for it.
And if you're passionate about it, it's not really work, is it?
No, I love it. I mean, now, is it hard to make money in this game? Absolutely. You got to have some luck involved. Yes. You got to be patient and have fun at it. But the thrill of the time at the racetrack with the people around you, it's just, there's nothing else I want to do.
Well, you've acquired horses out of the sale. As I mentioned, Scarlet Fusion. There's also I'm a Lucky Charm. You got her out of a sale, didn't you?
I'm a Lucky Charm. I bought her at the Texas sale, yes.
And,
that's a yearling.
And of course, you've claimed horses. What advice would you give folks who are just entering into the horse business?
Start small, learn the business. I know there's racing partnerships out there that give you opportunities to get, you know, where they have multiple horses they own, so it kind of spreads your risk among, you know, quite a few horses. There's partnerships. If you want to go out there and claim a horse to be active really quick, to run it back, you know, in the next 2 to 4 weeks, if you will, get to know a trainer, ask him a lot of questions, you know, put good people around you, but start small, learn the business before you grow and just jump way in. It's important to know the business.
What's nice about training for Carl is that he understands and appreciates that we're lucky to be doing the horses for a living and to enjoy the animals, and that's what it's really all about for us. And also, after all the hard work all of our team puts in and all the hard work that Carl puts in buying the horses and everything, that when they do win and they're successful, we have an opportunity to actually jump up and down, scream and holler, and really enjoy ourselves.
What do y'all see as the future for Texas racing, the immediate future and the long-term future, looking down the road?
Long term, it's got to be good. I mean, I know there's some hits in the road at times, but with the legislature giving us some of the money, if you will, off the sales of the equine products and things, our purses, you know, up in the mid-30s for making special weights and stuff, that's great. That wasn't the case years ago. To me, we're moving forward, and I'm excited about Texas racing. Like I say, I've got 6 Texas breds right now, and I've been buying them the last couple of years because of what I see moving forward. And I hope nothing but the great of Texas should be the best racing in the country, if you will, if we can just get everything going.
It could.
But no, I'm excited about Texas racing, and I know there's some issues out there right now that kind of hurting everybody, if you will, on making decisions moving forward. But no, I think Texas racing has got a great future.
Valinda and Carl Moore here at their beautiful, really beautiful ranch in Fort Worth, Texas.